or sponsors. Encouraging, educating, and empowering you into action. This is Warriors Talk with your host, Lady Rochelle.
Hello, welcome to Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle, where we move away from awareness towards action. I'm so glad you tuned in today. On this platform, we believe that whatever you put on your plate has the power to heal you or to harm you. Today's conversation is about food is medicine. Your plate can be your best prescription. We're diving into the conversation about food choices and how they help boost your energy, your strength, and your immune system. It helps fight inflammation and even reduce your risk of disease. So get your tea, your infused water, grab your healthy snack and your journals, and lean into this life saving discussion. Because the truth is, food is not just fuel, but it is medicine. And when you put the right things in your body, it becomes powerful prevention, healing, and long term wellness. So stay tuned as we explore the benefits, long term health on impact, and practical food swaps that you can start making today. Well, we are live on Intellectual Radio, and we just heard from the Drive at 5 with Roman. Keep it locked right here on Intellectual Radio and allow us to feed your brain. On the last episode of Warriors Talk, Dr. Michelle Meeks and I discussed from diagnosis to daily action, small steps that make a big impact on cancer recovery and prevention. So you can head on over to YouTube and type in Intellectual Radio and stay connected for any episodes you may have missed. The quote of the day is, "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food." Save the date, family. Please save the date for Warriors Talk ninth annual Survivor Celebration and Reflection Gala, taking place on October the 18th at the Crystal Sky Banquet Hall. We will be honoring all cancer survivors and warriors that are in battle. Our theme for that day is United by Courage and Anchored by Faith. And we are planning an afternoon of inspiration, reflection, and celebration. We're also launching our new book, which is When Warriors Talk, Faith Emerges, and we're going to be celebrating those authors as well as the survivors. You can go to warriorstalk.org for more information and also to purchase your ticket. We are so excited for our sponsor on today, and we have Pastor Michael Richardson with the Emmanuel Church of God in Christ, who has a special message for us.
Greetings, I am Pastor Michael Richardson.
And I am First Lady Anastasia Richardson from the Emmanuel Church of God in Christ. We're located at 3058 West Van Buren in Chicago, Illinois. We are building upon a solid foundation.
We're inviting you to join us every Sunday morning on Facebook Live at Emmanuel Kojic at 10:15 Central Standard Time. And you can also view our videos on our YouTube channel at Emmanuel Kojic-MR. Once again, this is Pastor Michael Richardson
and First Lady Anastasia Richardson. And we're from the Emmanuel Church of God in Christ. We are building upon a solid foundation.
If you're tuned in on any form of social media, like the show, share the show, and invite someone else in on the show that you feel may benefit from this valuable information. Our topic, food as medicine. Your plate could be your best prescription. When we think about food, we think about it being our defense, or it can also be our biggest danger. Every meal is a chance to choose your medicine or poison. So, according to statistic, it suggests that 30 to 50% of cancers can be prevented through lifestyle and dietary choices. So, nutrition is not about perfection, but it's about consistent small steps. And the key word there is consistent. So let's talk about some of the immediate benefits as it relates to food being your medicine. What you choose daily to put in your mouth could, again, heal you or it can kill you. Number one, the increased levels of energy. So, the nutrient rich foods that you should be putting in your body with the fruits, the vegetables, the whole grains, the lean protein, it actually provides sustained energy for you instead of those quick crashes. When we want to get like some candy, chocolate, maybe caffeine or those energy drinks that people use to try to get energy, you would notice when you get those particular items that you soon come crashing down really fast and hard versus you putting in your body the nutrient rich foods like the fruits and vegetables that are going to give you that long sustainable energy that you need. So instead of putting the quick fix in your body, make sure that if you want to have that energy, that you putting something in there that's safe, because we know that energy drinks are not safe, that you may not feel the consequences right now, but over time it messes with your heart, your body, the nerves in your body, that you become jittery over time. So make sure that you are not using those energy drinks because they are not good for you at all, but you're fueling your body with the natural energy that you will get from the foods that you put in your body. Number two is improved digestion. If you're fueling your body with the right foods, you would not have problem with digestion. High fiber foods like the leafy greens, the beans, the whole grains, it also supports your gut health. And they say everything starts in the gut. So if you have a healthy gut, then your body should be overall healthy. It reduces constipation. So if you're not going to the restroom every day, at least once a day, that's a problem. But if you're eating foods that are high in fiber, then trust me, you're going to go to that restroom. You're not going to be constipated. And it also helps balance that good bacteria that's in your gut as well if you're using or fueling your body with the right food to help you digest your food easily. Number three, it reduces inflammation. And I want to play a quick video about inflammation because sometimes we don't realize the type of foods that we eat. It actually cause inflammation in our body. So I want to listen to this video so that you can just get a vivid picture of what it does.
Too much sugar leads to inflammation. So if many of you are trying to figure out, well, why my knee hurt? Why I can't put this shoe on today? I had this shoe on last week. That inflammation, that buildup. When you ask yourself why about what's going on in your body, what I want you to do is sit back and go, okay, what did I eat? But it's not necessarily what you ate today. It could have been something you ate 4 days ago, 3 days ago, a week ago. But it's going to show up in your body somehow, somewhere. So again, it's about how we eat and how we can eat better.
How we eat and how we can eat better. Cutting back on those processed foods, sugars, the red meat, because they add inflammation in your body. Instead, choose foods that are anti-inflammatory, like berries, turmeric, leafy greens, your omega-3. It can lower the swelling, the stiffness in your body and your joints within weeks. So if you feel like, you're waking up and your legs are swelling up and you just feel like your joints are stiff, then maybe take a look at what it is that you have been eating over the last couple of days and change it and see how you feel after that. I guarantee you're going to feel so much better. Number four has to do with better blood sugar control. So for those who are maybe type 1 diabetic, type 2 diabetic, if you're putting the right things in your body, it's going to help balance out your blood sugar. Better blood sugar control comes with eating the right meals with fiber, protein. It helps stabilize those fats in your body as well as your blood sugar. It helps reduce fatigue and those cravings that you get. We talked about having that fast crash when it comes to sugar. So if you're eating the right foods, then your blood sugar should be at a healthy level. You should not be having these spikes in your blood sugar if you're eating the right sort of fats and the right sort of protein in your body. And this, let me say, this is not a, it's not a quick fix, but it's something that you have to do every time you eat a meal. So it's going to be something that's consistent that you do, and it's not going to be something that, okay, I learned it one time and I'm done. No, you're going to be constantly every time you eat, and it'll come automatic once you do it a lot, just looking at what it is that you're eating and you're putting in your mouth. Number 5, enhance your mental clarity. You wonder why you have this brain fog. You're not able to think straight. You can't even stay on task with a topic or anything because your brain is so cloudy. Well, it says nutrient dense foods like the green leafy vegetables, the nuts, the seeds, the fatty fish, they help support your brain function. And it can also help reduce anxiety, brain fog, mood swings, you're so cranky, you're getting upset really fast, short tempered. It could have a lot to do with what you're putting in your body. Number 6, as it relates to the benefits of food as medicine, improve hydration and skin health. So you wonder why you're having these breakouts and you putting all these sorts of medicine and chemicals on your face or your body to try to heal it. Well, it may have something to do with the foods. It says food high in water content, like your fruits, your vegetables, your soups, and plus reducing the sodium in your body can help clear your skin up. So it may not be one thing, it may be a combination of things. It could help reduce the puffiness and then also improve your hydration. So you don't just get your hydration from water only, but there are certain foods that you can eat that would help aid in hydration, especially if you're lazy about getting the water in. Better sleep, number 7, better sleep, which is something I know that I can really improve on. It says avoid heavy processed foods, including magnesium rich foods like bananas, nuts, and leafy greens. These are the foods that you want to eat and not eat those heavy processed foods. And I know it can be really easy to just grab the processed foods because sometimes they're quick and they're easy. You may be in a grocery store and they have the fatty, sugary foods right as you're going towards the register, and it's easy to grab or to go to the vending machine just to grab it and eat it. But those processed foods are going to be, they're going to weigh heavy on you, especially if you're eating right before you go to sleep, which you should not do. I would suggest not to eat at least 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep. You may have issues sleeping and you're wondering why you're not having quality sleep. It could be because of the food that you ate that day or maybe the day before. So making sure that you're getting in those rich foods that's rich in magnesium and they're not heavily processed, it can help with relaxation and also improve the quality of your sleep. And then over time, these benefits, it's like a compound. They build on each other to help lower your risk of disease, chronic diseases, and improve weight management and overall help you live longer. So just think about some of the foods that you eat now. Are they medicine for you or are they just fuel? Think about it. Do you believe that the food that you put in your body on a daily basis is healing you or killing you? And you should know right away just from just thinking about what you just ate not too long ago. Before I came here, I ate a banana. Now, I would love to have had some cookies or maybe some chocolate, but I'm like, let me just grab that banana because why? Because I got in a fruit intake and it was also something sweet, but it wasn't a bad sweet, right? It was, I don't know if you would say good sugar, but sugar is still sugar, but it's a good sugar. It's not that processed sugar. So it's not going to be taking a long time to break down in my body and then also breaking down directly into sugar. So let's talk about plant-based eating and why plant-based may be beneficial for you to help you live longer and disease free. The benefits of plant-based is because it lowers your risk of diabetes, heart disease, cancer, just by eating those green leafy vegetables like kale, spinach. They are full of antioxidants. The broccoli, the cauliflower, the cabbage, they have cancer fighting compounds in them. And this is something that these are things that you can eat daily. You can mix it into a salad, you can put it on the side of your food, just on the side, or you can eat it as a snack, or you can put it in a shake if you don't want to eat it directly. There's different things that you can do with the vegetables just to make sure that you are getting in everything that you need. The legumes, they're high in fiber. Again, if you are constipated and you're not going to the bathroom every single day, at least once a day, then you need to get in some foods that are high in fiber to make sure that you are. Because when you think about if you're not going to the bathroom every day, that stuff and you ate, it's in there. So where's it going and what is it doing if it's not coming out of you, right? And that's where a lot of colon cancer comes because the stuff is not getting out of there. It's not filtering out of your body like it should. Eat some berries. The berries are powerful antioxidant. If you eat yogurt, sprinkle some on there, some oatmeal, or just, put them in a Ziploc bag and eat them on your way to work. If you want some sugar, there you go. It's natural sugar. You're going to get that same sugar fix from those berries that you would from the chocolate bar. Trust me. Once you're done eating it, it will be satisfying. So think about some things that maybe you can swap out versus eating something that's bad for you, something that's really not doing anything beneficial to your body. Think about some of the foods, the smart foods that you can swap out that will give you that immediate benefit. So let's look at some of the foods that we can swap out that you can do on a daily basis. That may be something that's really simple that you could just grab. A lot of people drink pop, right? Swap out the pop for infused water. Put a lemon in there, put a cucumber in there, put some berries in there, and drink that instead of drinking the soda. Why? Because the soda has a lot of sugar. So drinking the infused water is going to cut that sugar. It's going to hydrate you better. It's going to boost your energy and it's going to improve your skin as well. And drinking that soda is going to give you that sugar. And we said sugar leads to obesity. So it's going to help you gain weight. Swap out the white bread for 100% whole grain bread. And the benefits of that is more fiber. It aids in digestion. It helps stabilize your blood sugar. And you have long lasting energy and not that quick energy that's going to bring you crashing. You can swap out the red meat for lentils, chickpeas. You could do that. And maybe black beans, pinto beans, black eyed peas. There's so many different beans that you can eat where you can still get your protein versus eating the red meat on a daily basis. And if you're not ready to give up the red meat right away, then maybe do it once a week. Say, hey, I'm gonna maybe eat some beans instead of eating meat. The beans would be my protein. The more and more you do it, the less you'll have the taste for the meat. It reduces the saturated fats and it aids to the protein as far as plant-based. So you'll still get your protein. You'll just get it in a plant-based form. It's going to help lower the inflammation that you're going to get from the meats versus you're getting it from a plant. The inflammation is going to come from the meats, the processed food versus you eating plant-based food. You can swap out potato chips for air popcorn. They have different popcorns out here now that have like 3 ingredients. Skinny Pop is one of them that I normally eat. And it has like 3 ingredients in the popcorn versus you eating some chips and the sodium on there. Just take a look at the sodium when you buy food. The sodium is so high. And a lot of times we overeat what our sodium is supposed to be. So you could get the popcorn, you can eat the veggie chips, and it's going to help cut down on those unhealthy oils and sodiums, and also it's going to provide you with that sodium and that crunch. Sometimes we just want to crunch on something. It's going to give you that crunch. You're still going to get the crunch, but it's going to be in a healthy form. And if you're a person that loves sweets and you just like, oh, I can't do without the sweets, I got to have my sweets, then you can start with natural sweetness, which are your fruits, right? And your fruits has sugar already in it, but it's a natural sugar. So when it breaks down into your system, it breaks down differently again from that processed sugar. And you can still get protein from that. You can help stabilize your blood sugar. And then you're not going to you get it from nuts as well. Instead of eating the candy or the pastries, grab you some mixed nuts. Eat and chew on that. It's going to help keep you full longer as well. Instead of ice cream, you could swap it out for maybe yogurt with some berries in it. It'll help satisfy that sweet craving that you have. It's going to support your gut health and also provide you with antioxidants that you need to help protect you from these free radicals. Swap out the fried food for baked food, air fried food, grilled food. It's going to be the benefits is going to be less unhealthy for you in fats. It's going to support heart health, and it's going to reduce that sluggishness that we get, or people call it the itis you get after you eat your meals and you feel so heavy. If you're a coffee drinker, swap out the coffee creamer for maybe oat milk or almond milk with cinnamon, and this helps lowers the blood sugar. You're not getting those artificial additives in it. The cinnamon helps reduce your blood sugar and help balance it. It balances it out. Salt is a big one, and salt is just about in everything that we eat. But you can, I would don't. If salt is already in your food, don't add any salt to your food. Instead, you can add lemon juice. You can do herbs and spices to get it. It's going to take you maybe some time to get used to it if you're you want that salt craving. But you can cook you some steamed vegetables and then squeeze some lemon juice on it. It's going to taste so good. They have the dash salt. That's really not salt, but it has spices on it. You can put that on there. It's going to give you so much flavor. I remember going to Rome with some ladies from my church, and when we were eating there, the spaghetti and the pizza, it tastes so different. And we were like, why does it taste different? Because the way they fix it and the sodium in it was so low. It was low in sodium. And so we were craving that sodium when we was eating it. Like, no, that's not how the pizza's supposed to taste. Yeah, this is how it's supposed to taste. It's just that here in America, we fix it and it has so much sodium in it, which is not healthy. Not healthy for us. You can swap out the processed breakfast cereal for like overnight oats. Now, I'm not an overnight oat person, but I will get up and cook oatmeal in the morning and put my granola in it, my fruit in it, my honey. But a lot of people like the overnight oats, and it's better than eating those sugar processed cereal that look good. They advertise it and it attracts you, attracts the kids, but it's not good for you. And the benefits of doing this is that it's gonna have you regular. You're getting that fiber in. It's gonna give you protein for digestion. You're gonna have sustained energy, and you're gonna be able to focus. A lot of times we can't focus because of what it is that we have. So think about just one or two things or one that you can swap out and try to incorporate it into your lifestyle next week and see if your energy, your mood, your digestion change, or the inflammation even in your body change within 1 week. Think about what meal that you can go plant-based and then see how your body feels. I guarantee you're going to feel different. It'll take some time to getting used to, but you're going to feel different. So try swapping out the foods and see how you feel. Sugar and inflammation. We did watch the video on sugar. And it told you exactly what sugar does to the body with the inflammation in the body. Sugar actually feeds on your body and it causes inflammation, which is linked to cancer growth, right? And it's hidden in so many different foods that we don't even know. A lot of the things that we eat breaks down into sugar because it needs that energy, right? According to the average American, it says consumers have at least 17 teaspoons of sugar daily, which is triple the amount of what's recommended. So we consume 17 teaspoons of sugar daily. That's a lot of sugar. And the trick is to, when you're looking at labels, look at the ingredients that ends in OSE that relates to sugar. And that'll tell you if it's sugar. You know, you have your fructose. When you're looking at sugar, a lot of times we don't take the time to look at labels because, again, we're in a hurry and we want something quick, fast, in a hurry, and then we don't pay attention. So look at the labels: fructose, maltose, glucose. When you see those OSE at the end, then you know that that means sugar. And the one thing you want to do is you want to avoid sugar in your body because sugar inflammation it leads to disease. It leads to disease. So it also spikes your blood sugar level and your insulin. If you're eating things that have sugar in it, these processed cakes, cookies, candy bars, when you eat those foods that are high in sugar, it's going to rise your blood sugar level quick. And for somebody who's a diabetic, that could be deadly. This could trigger your body to actually release more sugar into your cells, which could spike your blood sugar level. And the constant spikes can lead to you having, I would tell my daughter, because she's a type 1 diabetic, if you keep having these spikes, then messes with your organ, right? Because now your organs are not really protected because this sugar is causing inflammation in your body. So the constant spikes can lead to other diseases, and it can lead to stress on your body and your organs. And inflammation in our body is like our body's alarm system, but if it's constantly on, then it's damaging. It could be damaging to our health, and it causes health issues. So cancer feeds on sugar. Cancer is greedy. Cancer cells are greedy, right? So they use the glucose, which is the sugar, to aid in their main fuel to keep populating cells. So the more sugar that's in the bloodstream, the more energy cancer cells have to grow and multiply. That doesn't mean, what they say is, it doesn't mean that sugar causes cancer itself, but it creates the environment where cancer can grow and thrive if you have a lot of sugar in your body. It suppresses the immune system. Sugar, when it's high all the time, your body is not able to fight off certain things because it's always high. You're not giving your body a chance to recover because you're constantly spiking all the time. Your immune system is going to grow weaker because of that, and that leads to the less ability to fight off disease or to stop the cancer from growing because it constantly sees sugar. And they said that the cancer cells are like magnets to sugar. When they give us this test to see, before they want to see if the cancer has spread all over your body, they'll give you this liquid, right, to drink, and then they'll put you under the machine, and guess what? The cancer cells will light up wherever that sugar is. Boom, they'll know they'll know because it's going to light up. So they know exactly where to go. If you're having surgery, they'll mark those areas and they know exactly where to go because that sugar has found those cancer cells, or the cancer cells has found the sugar. So think of sugar like gasoline on a fire. A little spark of inflammation may not seem like much, right? But if you keep pouring that sugar on it, eventually that flame is going to grow out of control. So just think about some of the things that you're eating, and you may be surprised to find sugar in those foods. When you think about breakfast foods, granola bars, those instant oatmeal packets, we talked about cereal, the flavored yogurt, the best yogurt to get would be, in my opinion, would be the Greek yogurt, the plain Greek yogurt. And then you can doctor it up with your fruit, your granola, some honey, and mix that in there versus getting the one that's flavored because it's going to have more sugar in it. Your drinks, your fruit juices, even if it says 100% juice, trust me, look at the sugar. Look at the sugar, and I'm guarantee you it's going to be high. Your sport drinks like Gatorade, sweetened teas, those coffee drinks that you get from Starbucks. That's why they're so addictive, because sugar is like a drug. It's addictive. Even look at some of the flavored waters that you get and see how much sugar is in there. When you're at the restaurant and you're asking for ketchup, barbecue sauce, salad dressing, even the pasta sauce, they all have those hidden sugars in there that you may be like, oh, I'm avoiding sugar. I'm not eating that much sugar. But these things are little, but they have hidden sugars in them. The protein bars, your flavored nut butters, even some dried fruits, it may sound healthy, but it has sugar in there. Sometimes when you see things that says low fat diet, it has sugar in there. People who love bagels, white bread, sugar. Look at your canned soup, those instant noodles, crackers, sugar. So just make sure you're looking at the labels that you're getting and just choose the alternative healthy snacks that you can get. When in doubt, get your fruits, get your vegetables, something that you don't necessarily, if it came processed, if it's like those foods that you put in the microwave, I guarantee you it's going to have a lot of sodium and it's processed. Start cooking more at home. A lot of times we don't want to cook at home, but if you cooked more at home, then you know exactly what you're putting in your food. You know exactly what you're putting in your mouth. You know how it was prepared. You know what you're putting in there as far as the additional additives. You know exactly what you're putting in there if you're at home cooking your food. And I'm not talking about these quick box foods that's already in the box. No, do something from scratch, and you can cook it to where it'll last a couple of days. That way you're not in the kitchen cooking, from scratch every day. You can cook at home and eat out less. Eat out less. It's going to help you and your family a long way. So let's talk about some of the long-term benefits of using food as medicine. And number one is it reduces the risk of chronic diseases. Chronic diseases like diabetes, like heart disease, is going to reduce those because you are in type 2 diabetes, which we know they said is lifestyle, and certain cancers. The anti-inflammatory foods, because it protects your cell from long-term damage. So if you're eating the right foods constantly fueling your body with the right food, then disease does not have a chance to enter because it's constantly being fed that fuel that it needs. The second one is healthy weight management. If you're eating healthy portions, and the whole foods is going to give you that fiber, it's going to give you that protein naturally. It's going to help regulate your appetite and your metabolism. It's going to prevent obesity, which is linked to so many chronic illnesses. If you think about someone who is plant-based or vegan, most of the time they're on the leaner side versus heavier in weight because they're eating more whole foods, more plant-based foods, and not processed foods. Number 3 is your immune system is going to be stronger. Your immune system is going to be stronger if you're fueling it with the right foods. And let me say, it's so easy to say, oh, I'm vegan or I'm vegetarian, but you're still eating processed foods. The majority of your foods are processed and not whole foods. So really, you're not helping yourself. You're not helping your body. You're not fueling. Yeah, you're saying you're vegan. Yeah, you're vegetarian, but you're still not healthy. Like what's the problem? It's the food. It's the food. So building a stronger immune system is going to come from you eating foods that are rich in vitamins and minerals. It's going to give your body those antioxidants that it needs to strengthen your immune system, making you more resistant to disease, infections, and those long-term health conditions. Number 4 is better heart health. Better heart health. Those plant-based foods, the whole food diets, low in cholesterol, is going to lower your blood pressure, reduce those clogged arteries and heart attacks. Heart attacks. I remember I told you I went for my annual about a year ago and my numbers were horrible. Like they were horrible. And I'm just like, what is really happening? And yeah, they wanted to put me on the high blood pressure medicine just without even asking me what I'm eating, what my lifestyle was like, am I under stress? Like the doctor asked none of those things. It was just that it's high. We're going to put you on some medicine. I'm like, dude, can we try something natural? And he couldn't tell me anything natural to try. So he said, what do you want to do? I said, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to be able to try to control this by my exercise and diet. And let's see how that works. And I'm telling you, back in November, my blood pressure was 169 over 90 when he did it. The last time I took it was, because I take it every week, it was like 116 over 65. And from that day, it has been in the 120, 115 range. And it's mainly due because I said, okay, I had to stop and say, what am I doing to contribute to this blood pressure being high? And a lot of it had to do with a lot of processed foods. So I had to minimize the processed foods and I started taking my lunch every day. Because you know what I was doing every day? I was going to Chipotle. They knew my order. When I walked in the door, they just started making it because they knew what I wanted. And as I started doing my research, Chipotle has a lot of sodium in their meals, in their food. So I decided I can make the same Chipotle bowl, but at home. So I get my beans that has no salt in it. I make my vegetables. I do the brown rice or the quinoa, and I season it with my dash salt or my vegetables with the lemon. And that has really helped me to bring down my blood pressure and save me some money. So that was just something I wanted to do because I wanted to be able to see how I could take control of my health by doing those things. And also getting in my water, my hydration, which could be hard sometimes, but just making sure I get it in. I start drinking that hibiscus tea because it helps lower the blood pressure. I start doing grapefruit, just eating it every day or every other day. Just doing whatever I can to help lower that blood pressure and help improve my overall heart health. Number 5 is it helps with cancer prevention and improve outcomes because you're not fueling your body with all of the processed foods. So your diet, I don't like to say diet, but your lifestyle is going to be high in the fruits, the vegetables, the legumes, whole grains, which lowers your risk to cancer and other chronic diseases. It also, when you're eating healthier whole foods, it supports and help with recovery. When you go through a sickness, it helps you recover faster. And number 6, you have stronger bones and muscles. It's giving you that adequate amount of calcium, vitamin D, the magnesium to help prevent osteoporosis or any type of age-related muscle loss. It's going to help with your brain health, your cognitive. You think about people that may have Alzheimer's, or they're dealing with some type of dementia or cognitive decline. It has something to do with your food as well. You want to make sure you're getting in your omega-3s, your antioxidants. Again, those green leafy vegetables are going to help reduce the risk of those cognitive decline diseases. It's going to create longevity for you to live well and to live longer. Because you're eating healthy, you're reducing your biological age by not putting all those processed foods in your body. It's supporting your vitality, your mobility, and for you to be independent the older you get. You want to be able to have a nice quality of life. You want to look good. You don't want to have all these wrinkles. You want to have hair. You want your food to do cellular repair every time you eat. Every time you eat. The long-term effects also emotionally, it helps you with your mental wellness. Long-term, the way you eat, right? Long-term, it's going to help in the future when it comes to your risk of depression, anxiety, all of these different mood disorders that people are having. Again, remember, it's going to help with that gut health, and your brain and your gut are connected. So if your gut is healthy, then your brain, you're going to have that less fogginess in your brain and less able to concentrate. And the last one is the generational and community impact that it has. If you're eating healthy at home, if you're selecting these healthy foods to put in your body, if you're creating these healthy habits, it creates healthier habits for your family as well, because you're cooking healthy foods and they're eating the healthy foods because that's what you're bringing in the house. It's going to contribute to lowering your risk of disease and reduce healthcare costs for you, because you're not, and your kids, you're not going to be running to the emergency room and urgent care all the time for different illnesses. It's going to create healthier communities over time because your kids are going to take what they learn and they're going to teach their family as well. So the bottom line is, use your food as medicine and not as a short-term diet. It should be a long-term investment, especially if you want the quality of life, you want to prevent disease, and you want to live to be a nice older age, but be able to be mobile and able to do things, and you're not just, somebody has to help you do things all the time because you don't have the strength. I mean, some people need to be on the cane for some reason, and then sometimes people are on there because they didn't treat their body right 10, 15 years ago. And so now the body, what you did 10, 15 years ago, it may not catch up to you until 10, 15 years later. And now your body is paying for the things that you've done. So remember, food can heal you or it can harm you. Plant-based can add protection for you, and the sugar fuels inflammation. So remember to swap out healthy foods for those quick, fast foods that are going to send you crashing. And it's not something that's overnight, but just small changes every day, and you will be able to feel the difference. I want to highlight my sponsor, my closing sponsor, that is. And that's Gloria Dotson with Mary Kay, and she is catering to all of your beauty needs from head to toe. You can go to marykay.com/GDOTSON and make sure you tell her that Warriors Talk sent you. Warriors Talk is always looking for individuals to share their journey. If you have a journey that will inspire someone else, it doesn't necessarily have to be a cancer journey, then just inbox me, or you can email me at warriorstalk1@gmail.com. Don't forget to go to warriorstalk.org and get your ticket for our 9th annual Survivor Celebration of Reflection Gala that's taking place on October the 18th. And Warriors Talk has a new book coming out with some amazing authors that are sharing their stories of faith. And the title of the book is When Warriors Talk, Faith Emerges, which will be launched at our annual event. And when you're thinking about your plate as you're eating at home, remember this is how your plate should look. You should be able to have your fruits and vegetables should take up most of your plate. And then you have your grains and your starches, and then your plant-based and your proteins. So thank you for joining me today on Warriors Talk, where we're moving away from awareness towards action. I hope that you leave this conversation inspired to look at your food in a new way, not just as calories, but as one of God's most powerful medicines. And remember, the small choices that you make daily can create big results over time, whether it's swapping out soda for infused water, or choosing whole grains over white bread, or just adding more fruits and vegetables on your plate. Every step counts towards a better health and better healing. As always, my goal is to empower you, to keep you living stronger, healthier, with purpose. Stay encouraged, stay intentional, and keep using wisdom at the table. And I will leave you with these words of wisdom. Every time you eat or drink, you are either feeding disease or fighting it. So join me next Monday right here on Intellectual Radio at 6 p.m. As always, thank you for tuning in to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady Rochelle, where we are changing lives one warrior at a time.
Thank you for listening to this week's edition of Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle. To find out more about Warriors Talk, follow at Warriors Talk, the number 1, on all social media outlets, and Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle on YouTube. Please join us next week and every Monday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on IntellectualRadio.com for Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle, where we encourage, educate, and empower you into action.